punishment not to eat. I did a bunch of different little things, and I didn't do it when I was supposed to. And I was being a coward, and it just spiraled. It just got worse and worse and worse. Just it. And I just...
As the saying goes, every father deserves a child, and every child deserves a father, but no child deserves a father like Wellington Delano Dickens III, a 38-years-old man, born and raised in North Carolina, who killed his 4 children and then called the dispatch and made a shocking confession about the heinous crime he just committed and turned himself in. I'm going to tell you in details how and why he killed his 4 children that looked up to him for protection and almost everything the same day. But before we dive deep into the story, kindly subscribe to my channel so you would be notified when I post another crime story. Like, share, and comment. Thank you. To his neighbors in Zebulon, Johnston County, Wellington seemed ordinary, maybe even kind. He worked in construction company, sometimes odd jobs, sometimes truck driving. He had 5 children, 4 from a previous relationship, and 1 with his current partner. He wasn't rich, but he made a decent income to cater for his family. He shared pictures of his kids on Facebook, birthdays, first days of school, family dinners. His posts read like any other proud father's timeline. My babies mean everything to me. No matter what happens, Daddy loves y'all forever. But behind that loving image was a monster in a man's body quietly unraveling. Friends noticed his mood shift. He spoke about custody disputes, money struggles, and feeling like the world was against him. He often said, "If I can't have my kids, nobody can." At the time, no one realized those words weren't just frustration. They were a prophecy. In late October 2025, Wellington's life appeared to be spinning out of control. He had recently separated from his longtime partner, the mother of 4 of his children. She had moved out with the younger kids while the older ones occasionally stayed with him. Friends say he was distraught, angry at her, angry at himself, angry at the world. He posted cryptic messages online, quoting Bible verses about judgment and forgiveness. Neighbors noticed the kids hadn't been seen outside for a few days. No bikes in the yard, no laughter from the porch. It was quiet, too quiet. On October 27, 2025, at around 9:35 p.m., Johnston County Dispatch received a chilling call. "I need help," he said, his voice trembling. I killed my own children." The dispatcher tried to keep him talking, asked where he was, whether anyone else was hurt. He gave his address, and then silence. Deputies raced to the small single-story home on the outskirts of Zebulon. What they found outside was a dark sedan car parked in the driveway, trunk slightly. Inside the trunk were 4 lifeless children, ages 6, 9, 10, and 18, wrapped in blankets, positioned carefully, almost tenderly, as if their killer had still wanted to protect them from the cold. Inside the house, officers found a 3-year-old boy, alive but trembling, the only survivor. He was sitting on the couch with a blanket around him, whispering for his daddy. Investigators described it as the most disturbing scene they had ever encountered. 4 children, all siblings, victims of the very man meant to keep them safe. Neighbors gathered in disbelief as police cars flooded the street. Blue and red lights reflected against the siding of modest homes. Some residents prayed aloud, others wept. One neighbor told reporters, "He loved those kids. We saw him playing with them all the time. This just doesn't make sense." But as detectives soon learned, there had been signs, subtle, overlooked, tragic signs. Wellington was immediately taken into custody. He didn't resist. He didn't cry. He simply said, "It's done." When questioned, he told investigators a fragmented story. Something about voices, God's will, and protecting his children from pain. His statements were incoherent, but one thing was clear. He was aware of what he had done. Autopsies later confirmed that the children had died days before the discovery, likely sometime around October 23rd or 24th. Their bodies showed no signs of gunfire or stabbing, leading police to believe they were either suffocated or poisoned. Toxicology reports were still pending when the arrest was announced. Inside the home, investigators found children's toys neatly arranged in corners, school supplies on the kitchen table, and unopened lunch boxes. On the refrigerator, a drawing made by one of the younger children read, "I love you, Dad." That single image, a child's handwriting, became a haunting symbol of the case. The town of Zebulon fell silent in the days that followed. Schools lowered their flags. Counselors were sent to classrooms to help children process what had happened to their classmates. A candlelight vigil was held outside the family's home. Hundreds gathered, holding pictures of the victims. 4 innocent souls whose laughter had filled the streets not long ago. One teacher broke down during an interview. They were beautiful kids, smart, polite, full of life. You'd never think something like this could happen here. But tragedy doesn't always come from strangers. Sometimes it lives inside the home. The passing of Dickens' wife, Stephanie, in April 2024, left behind a family of 5 children who resided with them in Zebulon. Court records show that this devastating loss came just over a year after Dickens' father's fatal car accident with a box truck in Lee County, North Carolina. WRAL-TV reported that Dickens' great-uncle, Charles Moore, disclosed Dickens' background as an Iraq War veteran. Moore mentioned that despite not having seen Dickens in about a year, he appeared to be coping well during their last encounter. Mothers across the country asked themselves the same haunting question. How could someone who claimed to love his children commit something so unthinkable? Prosecutors charged Wellington Delano Dickens III with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of child abuse. They described his actions as methodical and premeditated murder. During his first court appearance, he appeared detached, eyes distant, voice barely audible. He told the judge he understood the charges. When asked if he had anything to say, he simply said, "They're at peace now." Those words sent a chill through the courtroom. Prosecutors are seeking life without parole, though many in the community believe the death penalty should be on the table. As of late 2025, he remains in custody awaiting trial under serious watch. Why did he do it? That's the question everyone keeps asking. Friends and relatives suggest a combination of mental instability, jealousy, and despair over losing control of his family. There were signs of depression and delusional thinking. He had told a friend, "I just can't let them grow up without me." Some point to the irony that his act, meant to keep his children close, instead destroyed the very thing he claimed to love. A chilling reminder that love twisted by control becomes destruction. Psychologists describe this kind of act as familicide, the act of killing multiple close family members in quick succession, often including a spouse and children. It is considered a form of mass murder, and in many cases, the perpetrator kills themselves afterward in a murder-suicide. Motivations can vary widely, including family breakdown, mental illness, financial distress, or a threat to the perpetrator's control or well-being. The youngest child, a 3-year-old boy, is now in protective custody. Relatives say he's safe, but deeply traumatized. He doesn't fully understand what happened, only that Daddy made the kids go away. His survival by sheer chance is both a miracle and a burden. He will grow up carrying memories blurred by confusion and grief. The community has started a fundraising for his care, a small act of hope in a story drowned in sorrow. Wellington Delano Dickens once told his children that, "No matter what happens, Daddy will protect you." Those words, once filled with love, now echo with unbearable irony. He kept that promise, but in the most tragic, twisted way imaginable. He didn't protect them from the world. He rather took them from the world. The Dickens case has left lasting scars on the town, on the state, and on the conscience of a nation. It has renewed debates about mental health, parental custody conflicts, and the signs we often overlook before tragedy strikes. Local churches hold annual memorials for the children. 4 white balloons are released into the sky, one for each life lost, each representing a future stolen. The smallest things now carry meaning. The drawings still taped to the fridge, the bikes still resting against the porch, the neighbors who still hear phantom laughter on quiet nights. Some stories leave us with answers. Others leave us only with questions. Questions that echo through the broken hearts left behind. Wellington Delano, Dickens' story isn't just about evil. It's about the fragility of the human mind, the darkness that can grow inside love, and the innocent souls who pay the price. As the small town of Zebulon continues to heal, one truth remains. Even in the quietest neighborhoods, behind the warmest smiles, darkness can live, waiting for the moment it can no longer be contained. Fade to black. If you were moved by this story, please remember the importance of reaching out to loved ones struggling, to families in crisis, and to children who deserve safety, because silence can kill as surely as any weapon. This is the story of Wellington Delano Dickens III, a father who became the monster his children never saw it coming. Thank you for watching this far. Please let me know your thought at the comments section. Kindly like, share, and subscribe to my channel so you would be notified when I post another crime documentary.